What's up, everybody? We're back playing more Elin? We'll say Elin. So this is a JRPG roguelike, crafter, city builder. There's a lot going on with this game. Very randomized on a lot of things, as roguelikes tend to be. Very in-depth game, and if you haven't already, there's a part 1 video of this little playthrough, and that goes through pretty in-depth all of the basics, as well as the setup of our crazy limbless character that we have, because essentially we are, what was it, traits here? Yeah, we have mutating body, so we have fewer starting body parts, but our body apparently grows parts. And yeah, sure enough, we have nothing but a single hand, a torso, and a place to put a light source, and it's going to be interesting. We don't even have fingers or a neck, or a head, despite what our character sprite looks like here. So very, very interesting start that we have here. We also have the little girl as our ally, to kind of help us survive a bit while we are, well, a body and a nub, I guess you'd call it. A nub that can hold an axe, though, so there's at least that. We're also a sword sage, so we are able to use magic devices pretty well, and we are big on the talisman stuff, so we can enchant items, I guess is what that is. Or create talismans to enchant items. Alright, so we have just settled the area here. This is Limblessville, as you can see up the top here. Named that obvious reasons why. And we've only taken one mission from our mission board to get us started. It was just to get this little shared sturdy box here. But otherwise, we are going to continue on from where we left off. Like I said, if you want to check out the first video, I highly recommend doing that, just so you can get caught up on what this game is, what we're doing, where we came from, how we got here. But we're gonna go ahead and pick up the next quest here, which is Way of the Crafter. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do the tax liability first. Pains me to dampen your enthusiasm as you're eager to settle in your new home, but this is something you will eventually learn anyway. This land is certainly yours, and you are free to do with it as you please. However, as long as it exists within the territory of Mycelia, every asset on this land, down to the last head of livestock, must be recorded in the tax ledger. You will regularly receive tax bills, and be warned, those who fall behind on their taxes face a grim fate. As we saw earlier, if you go into negative karma, right, and you become a criminal, I guess they start sending people after you, I don't know. But if you miss paying your taxes for 4 months, it's apparently the worst crime imaginable, and your life becomes very difficult, says your life is in danger, so definitely want to be careful of that. Well, it's going to be a while yet, don't worry. Just keep developing your home. Alright, so now we have this. If we open up our journal, we can see we have tax liability. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this Mycelia reconstruction tracking, because that's also not going to change for a while. But yeah, it needs a strong ally to reconstruct and survive. You are to proceed with working on your new land and wait for news from Mycelia, so that's going to be a little ways away. But that is one of the main quests, the blue star there. This one is basically just talking about our tax obligations. We can go into, that's also not going to change for a little while, our trails of journey here, I think. Tax paid. No, it tells us somewhere when our taxes are due. Is it in the note here? I know that you can see it somewhere, so let me see if I can find. It's got to be in the journal somewhere. Maybe it hasn't popped up yet because we just haven't gotten to it yet. But I think we have like 5 days or something before the taxes are due, so 5 in-game days, which do take a little while. But even then, I think the first one doesn't really matter. Also, though, I do, because there are policies that we can get, we're going to go ahead and talk to her, go to her equipment here, and we want to go ahead and buy this home board. Okay, so we have that. So we're going to close that. We can just set it up over here for now. So we'll go ahead and grab this and we'll place it here. All right, so now we can go ahead and go to the home summary. Ah, this is where we see it from, actually. So we have Limblessville. Yeah, home ranking is very terrible. It is currently worth 1,400 orans. I believe that's the currency they're going to use there. And it's based on the number of heirlooms that you have, which I think is also what your tax is based on. So the more stuff you have, obviously the higher your taxes will be. Let's see when it was founded. It's civility. Okay, how much land is there? No pasture, no electricity. Fertility is super low, so this is something you can check. Basically, there's a bunch of weeds and plants around the area, and if you pick all those up, your fertility will go up, which will help you with your farmland. We have a current max residency of 6. We have 2 residents, which are our helpers, Ashlyn and Fiamma. And then I don't know what development is, so we'll see. The reports, too many plants on this land crop yield will be negatively affected. That's where the fertility is. Next tax payment is 19 days. Okay. Current levy is around 500 orans, and again, I think that's based on that there. So we have different policies, and you can see that we have a certain level of admin points, which is this down here. We have up to 5 admin points. Those are our 9 gold bars that we currently have as well. And you can see like resident tax, if we want to tax our residents, that uses 6 admin points, which we currently don't have, so we'd have to level our admin skill up. You can try to do a growth boost, which grows the Hearthstone. Now the Hearthstone's level, as that increases, I think it attracts more people, but it also attracts more dangers. So typically, I actually like to keep it as low as possible until I'm ready, right? Until I kind of get some things established. So I'm actually going to do this growth suppression policy, which will come into play, I think, the following day. But that doesn't cost me any admin points to do that. But essentially, that's going to prevent it from actually leveling up the hearth, or the Hearthstone, which, again, should help kind of alleviate some of the difficulty early on so that we're not growing too quickly beyond our means, especially as we are a limbless mutant. We can enact weed pulling campaign, which the residents will remove weeds. I don't know if they'll keep them on them or if they'd put them in the shared chest. It'd be kind of nice if they did that. Makes it less likely for weeds to grow. So this is really great if you're trying to go for a farming area, which could be good. You can also do a strict anti-littering law. So basically, if you have the proper dispensary containers, people will go ahead and dispose of their trash and litter and go and pick up things. But it does say it leads to a decline in public civility, which, as we saw, our civility is at its lowest right now at 10. Or at least it says it's at its lowest. I would assume this could get to 0. I don't know if it could get to negative numbers. I know a lot of things can otherwise, so who knows. But we don't have the proper containers for that anyway, so it's kind of pointless to waste a point on that. I'm not worried about the weed pulling. In fact, we can go and do that and improve our gathering skill to help that out. I would love to start charging tax to our current residents to help get some money off of that right off the bat, but at least 30 days need to pass after enabling, so it would be a while before we even got that. We go to our skills and we can see that we have construction skill. I don't know how you level these up per se, but I do know that I've had administration at level 2, which gave me an additional admin point, or I had an additional admin point from something at some point. So I don't know how you really do these. I assume it's just from doing things, right? If you construct more buildings, construct more stuff, I think this would go up. I know that, well, actually no, because you can spend gold bars to increase things. Technology to increase the number of heirlooms assessed towards the value of land. Interesting. But we can't currently upgrade these. Okay. We have plain 1, so it's plain land with more admin points. Interesting. And then we have our different policies that also gain levels, so I guess they become more effective as they level up. So again, it would be nice to be able to initiate this resident tax right away and start leveling that up and get more taxes and level this up. But we have to wait. We have home ranking compared to everybody else. Obviously, we are at the bottom there. We're absolute trash. We can go to the log and we can see anything we have logged there, which is not much. So that's kind of that. Okay. Let's go ahead now and pick up the next quest here. Way of Crafter. Learn the art of craftsmanship to build a house. Crafting is an essential skill for life and adventure. Your goal is to build a house on this land. You'll need to learn the basics first. I'm not a specialist, but I will share with you what I know of craftsmanship. So, alright. Let's start by making a workbench. The workbench is a fundamental piece of equipment for crafting, and with it, you can also make makeshift floors and walls for your first house out of grass, for whatever reason. You can create a workbench on the spot using the quick craft ability you already know. First, gather logs by chopping down nearby trees, and then use quick craft to make the workbench. Ah yes, remember that the workbench needs to be placed on the ground to be used. Make sure to set it up in a suitable location once it's completed, even though you can move it around. So, quick craft is up here, and we can see if we right click and use that, we can craft a workbench, we can craft a bonfire, we can craft bait for fishing, we can make makeshift arrows, and we can craft bandages. You'll see that the crafting skill is higher and higher on these, and I believe you just craft better quality things if you meet the crafting skill or higher. And then I know that their stamina costs will probably be affected as well. You can see that this is, you know, these are yellow here because we're currently level 1 crafting, and it's saying this is level 5. It won't prevent you from crafting it. It just isn't going to be as good as if you're matched level or you're better than the level. So for this, we need 2 logs to craft this. So we can go ahead and cut down some trees. So we have a mature rosewood tree here. Rosewood is, along with oak, one of the more common trees that you can get. We also have a cedar tree, less common, and I think there's a fir as well, and then there's birch. The amount of materials in this game is pretty insane. Alright, so let's go ahead and build it out of cedar. So the different materials do have different stats to them as well. Okay, so chopping that down, we have our first enemy. It is a put it. Says it's a fair difficulty, and I would say that given that we have a nub and no weapon, we would be using our martial arts, which I can check here is one of our better skills for weapons. So we could punch at it. I don't want to waste any of my magic charges on this. This is a pretty low level enemy to not have to worry about that. We'll go ahead and hit him. Our little girl, Van, is going to come over here. Van Faust is going to come over here and help us out. She has to apparently walk around things. There we go. Okay, so, and you can see each of these are going to, you know, tell us little descriptions of them there. She starts to taunt enemies. Nice. Which is cool. She can taunt them, which is going to have her act as a tank for me. So this should now... yeah, you can see she's taunting. She's also filled, which is nice, so we can actually see her hunger level to an extent there. So now that killed it, and she smashed it. So again, I'm going to, I mentioned this in the first video, at the start here, I'm going to take combat slowly just to make sure that I'm getting the hang of it, as well as, you know, surviving. You can right-click to auto. Basically do auto combat, but we're gonna do that for now. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and walk over this. Hey, you got a log. Logs, or should I say Mr. Log. Most basic crafting material. They're also excellent for things like campfire fuel. But that's not all. By processing Mr. Log, you can upgrade it into planks. Huh? How do you process it? Well, why don't you ask Mr. Log yourself? The hint is processing equipment. Oh, and by the way, you can also process stones into cut stones. Keep that in mind too. So it just drops little hints for you early on, but for the most part, it does leave you to discover things on your own. So we picked up bark, which you can see has a hardness of 20, right? It's got a weight, it's got all that. It's categorized as a textile, so that's useful for different crafting and resource as you're looking at, right? This is a resource resin made of oak as well, because we just chopped down an oak tree. But luckily we got 3 logs. I say luckily because we only need 2 for our crafting bench, our workbench, which means I can use the other one to fuel our bonfire, and we can cook at our bonfire. So let's go ahead and open up our quick craft now, and you can see we can do a workbench. A bonfire also just takes resin, one log. We could craft a whole new bonfire if we wanted to. But in this case, you can see this is going to cost us 5 stamina. We currently have 12 of 27 stamina left at this moment here. So we're going to go ahead and craft that using our 2 oak logs, or cedar logs. Cedar. Interesting. Why are these oak? But this is cedar. Okay, well, it was a cedar tree regardless. So we'll go ahead and craft that. And you'll see that turns pass as we do that. Our regeneration kicked in as well, natural or otherwise. So we gained a little bit of health back there. So now we have our workbench crafted here. Yep. It's basically telling you things. The middle click to do different things. So we're gonna go ahead and walk over here. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and place this. I can obviously you can change the altitude of it, but we're gonna middle click and we can rotate it around as well. And now that we have this, we can go ahead and open this up and see we have grass doors, walls, and floors. We can do a sawmill. This is how you process, right, wood into the planks, as I mentioned. We can do a fishing rod, a torch, which we're going to want to do here. String, makeshift bed, which you're going to want to do as well. Carpenter's table, tight rope, and a tinker's table. Tinker's table is going to allow us to make additional tools like a pickaxe, a shovel, a hoe, all that kind of stuff, as well as like nails and things. Carpenter's table is going to be more for your actual furniture building for the most part. So we don't really have a whole lot else that we're going to do in that. I'm going to come over here. We're going to go ahead and fuel our bonfire. So we'll left click to craft on it. You can see we have these different starting recipes. The most common is going to be meat on the bone, roasted fruit, or wheat stew. Wheat stew requires level 2 cooking. We don't even have a level 1 cooking, but it is what it is. And of course you just need different meat for these. We could also go fishing down here and try to get some fish. There's a little floating empty bottle in there, which I think is just junk, but anyways. So yeah, we can go ahead and refuel, and you can see you can use either a log or a branch for fuel. We're going to go ahead and right click. It gives us 20% fuel per log. So 5 logs would obviously give us 100% fuel. And then that is going to now allow us to cook here. But we don't really have anything to cook yet. So let's go ahead and talk to Ash again. Not bad at all. Have you tried using the workbench yet? Initially there may only be a few items you can craft, but you'll be able to craft a variety of items as you obtain new recipes. Okay, we're all set to build the house, but before that, we should craft a light source to prepare for the night. Having a light source allows you to see a bit even in the dark night. You can make a torch from the workbench, or so gather the materials from around here and give it a try. The strings you'll need to make the torch can be crafted from vines at the workbench. And once you've crafted the torch, don't forget to equip it on your light source equipment slot, which is one of the only equipment slots my character has, thankfully. Alright, so we have these vines over here and over here that we can grab. There's also some over here. This one's a little closer. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and come over here and show you as well. So we are looking to do a torch, right? So I can actually track this, and you'll see that it comes in on my quest tracker and tells you exactly what we need. So obviously for string, you can only track one thing at a time, right? So I do want to track the torch so I know what I'm looking at. But the string, for example, I need 2 vines to make the 1 string that we need for that. So let's go ahead and come over here and we'll collect a vine, which is easy. You can also go ahead and collect this bluegrass, which is going to give Nero, is that her name? She's going to give us another little heads up. Hey, found an herbs, colorful plants grown in the wild, medicinal herbs. So they're sometimes just herbs. I don't know how she's saying it, but I'm American, so we're going to call it an herb. The H is silent. And they're useful for your health. You can eat them. So you can use a mortar to make actual medicines and stuff as well. And blah, blah, blah. So the blue one in this case is an antidote. So if you cook food and you apply this to the food, as the food typically has an additional slot that you can apply these into, you can apply an antidote buff to it as well, which is kind of cool. So we actually got 3 vines. Did he give us vines? Or did I just get 3 vines from that? Interesting. I wasn't paying enough attention to that. Oh yeah, right here. You harvest a vine bush and you pick up 3 vines. Cool. I always forget, you can actually see a lot of stuff down here. Okay, so now we have our vines, so our string's taken care of. Now we need a branch and we need more resin. The branches are most easily gotten from these young trees, right? These little tiny trees. So I can come over here and collect, and you see now I got a rosewood branch and a leaf. So leaves are going to be good. So we do need resin, so we're going to want to chop down an actual tree for that. And let's do this mature rosewood tree. We'll just get rid of that. Yep, we're looking tired because now we're down here. You can see it always puts our little status down here as well, but we are using energy and stamina to chop these trees and gather things. Best way to recover from fatigue is to get a good night's sleep in a comfy bed. Well, even the bed we can make is not comfy, so it's still going to be sleep though. Whenever you get enough sleep, you might get new recipe ideas, train your potentials, or even learn magic in your dreams. If you haven't, that's what potential helps with as well. You can apparently improve on those just from sleeping. If you haven't made a bed yet, you can use the meditation ability to sleep. It's not as effective as sleeping in a bed though, which means you might not recover your full stamina. During meditation, your natural recovery of health and magic power increases your mana. It's good to rest through meditation after a battle. Just be careful because if you're overworked or starving, natural recovery stops altogether. Okay, that's it for now. Make sure to get plenty of sleep. Alright, so you can see we only have 3 stamina left. We are tired. Condition of fatigue. It accumulates. You start losing, or as it accumulates, you start losing health with every action. So very important to keep that in mind. Alright, so we got 2 logs and a seed of a rosewood tree. So we can plant the tree if we want there. But we now have our 2 resin. Only thing we're missing is the string. So we'll come over here and we will craft the string. This is going to cost us 2 stamina. And then of course the torch itself doesn't cost any, as it says. And I think that's only because we can't actually craft it right now. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and craft the string. Now we only have 1 stamina left, and the torch costs 3 stamina. You can see that she's not happy about if we were to try to do that. So we are instead going to go ahead and meditate. We'll go ahead and click on ourselves to put away this string that we're holding. This is very useful strings. A lot of things use strings, so you'd end up making a lot of these. Alright, so we'll go ahead and click on the meditate here, and we'll use that. That's going to pass time. It's already getting a little late. So it is what it is. So we're just going to fall down and go to sleep because we are tired. But when we wake up, you have some things happen here. So you fall asleep, finish meditation. You have slept for 9 hours. You are refreshed. Now see, we just meditated. We didn't have a bed, so we didn't regain all of our stamina. We only gained 15 points of it. We wake up, we come up with a recipe in our dream. We learn how to make a log chair. Cool. Being a chair, that's going to require the carpenter's bench to make that though, so you won't see that in here. Alright, so now we can go ahead and make the torch to complete this. So I'm going to go ahead and untrack that now. We could also untrack it afterwards. This cost us 3 stamina. But we have that. Now we can go ahead and untrack that. So I do want to make a bed, so we're going to go ahead and track that. Make sure we know what we're getting in there. And now we have this, and we'll just right click to equip it. It equips in this little slot here. Now you can see we have this little glow around us, and we can see in the dark. If we did not have this, everything's dark. So, quite important to have that on. And you can get better light sources as well. Alright, so now we can go talk to Ash. Where are these over here? And good, you've taken your first step as a crafter. There's still much to learn, but I will give you a goal now. Goal is build a house on your land by yourself. May sound like a lot of work, but if you enclose some space with walls and equip it with doors, you can probably call it a house. I'll prepare some housewarming gifts meanwhile. Go ahead and start building your house. Alright. So we have here, been gold, build our first house. So we just have to enclose a space and have it have a door. So that's how we're going to do this. And like I said, because we can use this as walls back here, I'm actually going to build off of that and do it. And what I might do, I might go ahead and build 2 rooms. So I might do like a crafting room and a sleeping quarters. So I might go ahead and like just build a small area for sleeping quarters over here first, just to start us off, and then we can expand that into an additional room for crafting. And I think that's gonna be good. So I do want to make this bed real quick so we can go ahead and have that ready to go. We can keep it in our inventory for a while as well, and we can just use the bed in the inventory. So rather than meditating to sleep, we just use the bed in the inventory. Alright, so let's go ahead and see. We need 2 tufts of grass and 4 leaves. So you saw I got a leaf from chopping down a small tree. However, that's not common to get that from that. The main way you're going to get leaves and tufts of grass is through picking weeds. Now, you can also see there's moss grass over here. So like we can come over here and just collect moss grass, and it just gives us the tufts of grass. But like I mentioned, weeds are going to be a main source of things. So we'll grab that. We got a leaf. Grab this. We got a leaf and grass. Now we've got our 2 tufts of grass. We need 1 more leaf. So we'll go ahead and find another weed here. And we'll grab that. I'm also going to go ahead and harvest some berries. And berries you can eat raw. Same with mushrooms. I think you can get some pretty negative effects if you eat unknown mushrooms, though. So you do want to be careful on that. You'll see that these also have different attributes: eye-catching, glossy, and slightly sweet. So you can see that these can benefit, apparently, those different attributes when you do that. So that's interesting. So let's go ahead now. We have this. So we'll head back over to our crafting bench, our workbench, and we will do the makeshift bed. This will cost us 4 stamina. The reason I'm doing this before anything else is because when we sleep in a bed, even this makeshift bed, it should actually regain all of our stamina, and we'll be able to do much more in our waking hours. So we'll go ahead and craft that. Right, so we're already feeling a little tired at this orange 6, but not tired enough to sleep. So we'll go ahead and untrack that now, and you see we have this makeshift bed. It's made of grass, categorized as bed. It was made by you, can hold 1 creature. Cool. So, looking in here now, so we can go ahead and do some floors, our door, and a wall. So making things with base materials that don't have any attributes also just give you what they are. But let me show you this real quick. So if I go and cut down this birch tree, we have another enemy. Go ahead and kill him. Did I do it? I did. All right. So we'll go ahead and grab this. So you can see now birch has soothing and concerning. So concerning just increases the price of whatever item this is made of, or even the price. Birch logs would sell more than rosewood logs, for example. But they also have soothing, so you can see they have healing and bed comfort improvements. So you can get different attributes that way. If I do a fir tree... okay, well, we got this, so this one's pleasant. So this kind of helps as well, but I was hoping to get actual log from the fir to get that. So now if we look at making a grass door here and we were to use the birch logs, you can see that the grass door then gets those attributes as well. It gets soothing and concerning as well. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and craft that using that so that we get a soothing, concerning. The soothing is going to help just kind of make the room a little nicer, essentially. All right, so we'll place that down there. We are tired now, so we can go ahead and sleep. And I'm going to go ahead and sleep with the bed in my inventory. And you'll see that when we wake now, we have our full stamina. So now we can do a lot more. So we are hungry. It says, now what should you eat? We slept for 9 hours, and we wake up with a recipe of how to make a gate. Ooh, that's new for me. All right, so we are hungry. We need to eat. So not to die of starvation. Our little girl is also hungry. We have not made any food for her. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and eat the vegetable soup that we were given at the beginning of the game. Takes care of our hunger. We are still a little peckish. So what I'm going to do is pick this crim. It's basically nuts. We'll pick these berries. We'll come over here, pick these berries. Anything else close? Yeah. We'll go ahead and pick these berries. There's some more berries here. And we'll grab creme and creme. The reason I'm trying to get as many of them as I can here is to make sure that they grow back. If you just leave them there, they could go away. But if you have the empty bush, it should actually work out. If you do a withered plant, I think you have a higher chance of getting seeds from them as well. So you could plant your own. All right, looks like that's all of them. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hop over to... Ooh, we have seen a goblin, a formidable opponent. So this is going to be a good opportunity to use our... I'm going to hit Control, and it switches to our other... Just muted my mic. I'm going to switch over here to our combat hotbar. So we could rush them, which damage bonus increases with distance, and it's strength based. We don't have a weapon, but I want to actually show some magic off. So we're going to use an ice bolt. So we'll go ahead and switch over to that, and you can see I can target the ground if I want to, or I can target the goblin himself. So I target him. Penetrates a goblin. Goblin is frozen. Come over here, because we could hit our little girl, so we want to be careful not to do that. So I could like aim behind him, and it still hits him as well. Goblin is now wet. Frozen again. Goblin is hurt. She smashes the goblin. Alright, we're going to go ahead and come up and attack him now. We'll go ahead and use the rush ability on him. And again, the farther we are away from him, the more damage it will deal. And we kill him. So, charge towards the goblin, punch the goblin, destroy him. Very good. Now, the downside of using this is it does use 3 stamina, as you can see down there. So, want to be careful doing that, because now we can do less in the day. Alright, so we're going to go to our bonfire. We're going to craft some food. We have roasted fruit, because we have 9 blueberries here. This is going to cost us 2 stamina each, and I think that's because our cooking level is low. We're going to go ahead and do 6, and we'll craft those. Fortunately, it just crafts them all at once when you do it that way, but... so what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat until I'm full, so taste is so-so, unsatisfied, blah, 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 but We have eaten sufficiently. Okay, so every now and then I notice that there's this whirr and the screen shakes. I don't know if it's like some sort of an earthquake or something. Somebody had mentioned that one of the gods is turning over, right? And he causes these earthquakes or whatever. So I don't really know what that is specifically, but it's quite interesting. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to trade. And I'm going to actually give her all 4 of these because she is hungry, right? So if I hover over here, you can see she's taunting and hungry. So now if I just wait, for example, I can click on my character here and wait. She should, well, maybe she's not. I wonder if she, maybe she won't eat it that way, and we have to actually, oops, I just ate that, I didn't want to eat that. Yeah. We're gonna grab it. We can gift it to her, and I think she'll eat it then. Yeah. Okay, so you have to gift it to her for her to eat it. Alright, and then we can just wait, which we can also do space to wait as well, but she's no longer hungry, so she's not gonna eat it anymore. We can go to trade, we can see she does still have 2 of them though, so. Is what it is. Alright, so we are tired at 5. We could do more though. So I think, yeah, this is easy, so we can go ahead and chop this down and we get an oak plank. Something that normally you'd have to craft yourself. Let's go ahead and come down and get the other one as well. There could be good things inside of it, you never really know. There are not. But we now have 2 oak planks, so why not? Alright, we're now down to 3. Let's go ahead and get this red grass so I can show you that as well. So this one has hemostasis. So this cures bleeding. So that's also quite useful. You know, antidote and hemostasis are your 2 main ones that you get to start with. Alright, so at 3 here, let's go ahead and... Well, what do we need to do? We need wood, we need grass, so we'll go ahead and do this, and now we're down to 1, so we're good on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and come back over by our bonfire. It's a little safer area. And we will, you see we're filled now, right? We ate to our fill, which is, I believe applies some bonuses as well. Alright, so we'll go ahead and sleep. Middle of the day nap, I guess. Okay, so now it's early evening here. We gain knowledge of lightning bolt and how to make a wooden fence. Very nice. So now we also, on top of our firebolt and ice bolt, we have lightning bolt gained knowledge here. So we're going to go ahead and favorite that. We'll go ahead and go to our combat hotbar with control. I'm going to drag this down onto our hotbar as well. So this one, same thing, ground 2d6 lightning beam. So pretty much the same as these. But it's nice that, you know, we don't have to use a book or anything like that to get that. We just dreamt it up. Okay, so let's grab all of this grass, actually. So I know for the floors we're gonna need some, and what do we need for the walls? Let's find out. Grass wall takes leaves as well, so we're gonna need the weeds for that. So let's come back over here. Get these weeds. Our skill for gathering has leveled up. What that means, I think, is just we get a better rate at getting the things that you can get from gathering. We've got a little cedar tree here. There's some more weeds. I'll go ahead and grab that. You can also, these little ones are still Yeah, so we're wet now, which is a condition where we're wet and more susceptible to electric attacks. Which is a really cool combination of things that you can do. So when I was hitting the goblin with the ice bolt, it did cause him to become wet at one point. So when he's wet, then I can turn around and switch to a lightning bolt, and it will make him more susceptible to being electrified. I also, of course, have that intonation of lightning, which I can apply to my weapons. So that'll be quite nice. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab that leaf. We got more weed over here. Kind of cleaning things up in general by doing this as well. You can see the daylight hours are drifting away from us now. So I'm just going to grab all the weeds that I can. That I see on the map here. Yeah, so these are the mushrooms that you can collect as well. And it's getting dark now. It's only 7 p.m., but you know, it's just like the time of year it is here right now, where it's midnight by 8 o'clock. Alright, don't see many others down here, so we can come up here. And we want to be careful, because there could be something around the other side of this amount of dirt here. Okay. Enemy-wise, I meant. So you can click close to your character and they'll walk. If you click farther away, they run. And again, you can use the keyboard for this as well. Alright, I think we've picked up... There's a tuft of grass we missed somehow. Collect that weed as well. Alright, I think we have picked up everything there. Oh, there's some creme. Get that. Oh, grotesque awful. So, they help defend your camp as well. If they're, you know, if there's any enemy creatures that come around, they'll also do that. So grotesque awful, if I grab this. So this is nutrition 3 food, right? Even like the nuts are nutrition 7. Berries, I think, are, yeah, nutrition 8. And then this is raw food, categorizes body parts, it's fresh, it's edible. So you can craft with a lot of these sorts of things as well. Obviously this is not going to be the best thing to craft with. You can't use it as meat on the bone or anything. Food-wise, it's just not really going to work out for us. We can go ahead and craft 2 of these to help us out, because we're going to need it. We'll just do that, and then so she's hungry. She still has at least one of these left, so we'll see if she stops to eat at some point. But we're going to go ahead and sleep here. There's a lot of the early game is just kind of doing this here. Okay. Had to take a quick break there. So, also, notice we are still tracking our lumberjack in here, which is cool. I'm actually going to untrack that. We don't really need to track that. I don't care about it as much. We've got mining being built up. I don't know what's building this up, because we're not really mining anything. This might just be something that's been built up as we sleep. Yeah, because we're not getting it built up through that, per se. Okay, so we have our grass. Let's go ahead and craft. I guess we should figure out the floor plan here. So we've got... because we could extend out this way a little bit would probably be a good thing, just to give us a little extra space as well. I might even do a door back here as just kind of a quick way from inside to off the map. Just kind of thinking of conveniences. So let's do that. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How far do we want to come this way? Let's see, this goes out to here. Let's go ahead and definitely want this to be a little larger, but not at first. Why don't we go ahead and do a 15 square tile to start with here. We'll go 15. Thankfully these cost 0 stamina, and I think again it's partly due to our crafting being at 1 and this taking crafting 1. Okay, let's go ahead and lay these down now. Alright, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I need to clear that first. So you know what, we're gonna clear that. And I guess we'll grab that as well. Oh, that gives me a branch, a grass branch. Interesting. Did not know that. In fact, we might as well go ahead and clear some of this other stuff out of the way here as well. Gathering's up to level 3. Okay. So, back to the grass floor. There it is. Grab that again. Okay. We're gonna come over here, and this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Alright. There, 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 and there. Okay, so now, as for walls, it's gonna be big enough for a sleeping quarter? I suppose it is. Yeah. Alright, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 walls. So we'll come here, go to our grass walls. We'll do 11 walls. Again, no stamina cost, which is nice. Now we can come over here, and we're gonna rotate this. Fortunately, you can't like rotate backward, but I think these don't really matter. So we'll do that, and then we'll rotate this way. There, 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 there. Again, here, 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 and you'll see it also gives us nice little log corners as well. Okay. And then we need here. Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did. Interesting. We have to walk around now. I guess we don't. I could actually grab this and place this. Oops. Let's see. Why is this not letting me? There we go. Yeah, here's in the middle, right? We'll go ahead and place it there in the middle. Okay, now we can come over here and craft these 2 final walls. I might want to go ahead and do another door as well. And we'll do the birch log again so that we have another good door there. Okay. Now that one did cost me a little bit of stamina, but that's okay. So we're gonna come through here. Oh, delivery, a cursed letter. Interesting that it's cursed. It's the first time. So this this guy, trying to find his name, but it is what it is. He delivers these letters every now and then, just kind of also help leave a little hint for how to do some things in the game, but he gives a little bit of lore as well, and I believe you could probably go and find him, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, closing that in, you can see we have like an actual house, as it says, but we're gonna go ahead and also stick that door in here. Place that. Now we have ways in and out from both sides. I'm gonna go ahead and slap our bed down here too. Good. Okay, and we're gonna leave all this stuff outside still for now, because a lot of this is gonna go into a crafting area, which will actually be pretty much the rest of this. So let's go ahead and speak to Ash. Complete that. Looks like your house is finished. Congratulations. Now you don't have to worry about staying out in the open, exposed to the wind and rain. Let me explain a little about houses. The appearance and function of a house you can build can be customized, or you build can be customized by using house boards. Also, when you divide the space inside the house with walls, you create rooms. Each room can then be customized by using room boards. It's not much, but I'll give you a house plate and a room plate. Customize your new house to your heart's content. So I haven't been able to get the house plate to work, but I think it might be... So that sound there was me gaining karma, I believe. Now we're finally above our starting karma. Or it might have just been me completing the quest there too. Go ahead and grab this letter, and we'll read this. Now this says it's cursed, which is interesting. I don't know. This is the first time I've seen these that it says cursed. So I'm not really sure what the cursed portion of it is. So we'll go ahead and read this. And it's not this guy in particular, because these are randomized every time. Journal of Lutz, Volume 1, by Lutz the Former Hero. Maybe that title of Former Hero was just a joke all along. Everything I believe in was built on a lie. When I heard the sound of it all collapsing, I thought about leaving this world behind. But then, for some reason, I was struck by the round, innocent eyes of Mi-chan, the gluttonous seal. Everybody's got an alias. In them, or it could be a seal, actually. I'm pretty sure it is. I saw a glimpse of hope for paradise, and so I decided to aim for the promised land, just the two of us. Now, I live off the land in a remote forest, preparing for the journey ahead. Who this letter, written in a sleepless night, will reach, I'm looking forward to finding out. Lutz, the former hero in the remote forest. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in there. We've also obviously picked up a number of other things. So I'm going to drop off a lot of stuff. Actually, these are oak planks. We don't have any oak logs, so we'll get some more oak logs so we can make more oak planks, so I can make a craftsman bench. Let's go ahead and keep this and this. These are still fresh. This is fresh. We need to get our sales box. This is very Stardew Valley-like in a way too, but there's a sales box we can get to try and sell some things. Including that seed, as a matter of fact. Branches, granite stones, another branch, bone, and we can actually put those in there. Okay, so of the things that he gave us a few very useful things. Number one is a training dummy. This actually does allow you to train your combat as well. Let's go ahead and stick this over here. Seems like a good place. So yeah, you can just click on it and you start training until you decide not to. Hear someone tending to their weapons. Interesting. Okay. Right, so the house plate says can be installed in the house. So I've installed it on the outside previously, and I didn't seem to get anything changed. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and come in here. And it's interesting, I can't like go here. Like it's taken up by the wall, I guess. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and we'll place this here. So now with the house plate, aha. Ah. Okay, so that's the problem. I was originally placing this on the outside of the house. Turns out you have to place it on the inside of the house to actually use it. Right, we can change the music. I do know there's cassettes that you can get to actually change the music, which is nice. We can edit the appearance. Derpy house template. Oh, okay. There's a bunch of different templates here. Oh, all right. Interesting. Even though we didn't make it out of these materials. Well, that's quite cozy. A little farmhouse type of looking thing there. That's pretty nice. These definitely look better. Some of these look better than the default, that's for sure. That's a very tall, very tall one there. Okay, so like if I do this, we can do flat roof, normal roof. Oops. We have so just flat roof, low roof. How's that different from normal? Okay. Interesting. Flat roof low versus flat roof. Huh, okay. Oh, I see. It gives a little lip there. Okay. And then reverse. I don't know what that's gonna... Oh, I bet if we do like a normal roof, yeah, can change the direction of the peak on it, essentially. Okay. So we have different roof styles here. That's kind of nice. Shingles. If we reverse this, looks kind of silly. Do a round roof. Reverse it. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. And then we have roof block. Oh, you can change the block in the center. Lava for some reason. Is it like meat? It is. Fascinating. A lot of options here for sure. That was on 5, I think was the default. No, 6. Now I don't actually remember. Maybe this one. Probably this one. And then you can change the material of the roof ramp itself. Okay. Cool, cool. Change the roof color, roof block color, the wall height. Oh my. Make this just a little 1-story place. We'll go the 2 for now. Adjust wall height. Okay, that's interesting. So we could do a 1 and then just adjust it to be a little taller, although that's obviously very strange. Wall deco, the foundation. Okay, yeah, cool, cool, cool. Glad I found this. This is, I mean, it means nothing for the game, right? Literally just wasting time for the most part doing this, but you know, people like cosmetics. I'm kind of one of them. I kind of like the rustic charm with this little stone here. The deco height adjustment. Okay. You could bring it down if you want. Actually, yeah, I kind of like that. Low layer there. Fine with the color being what it is. There's wall deco. What does this do? Oh, this is the same. It's like the same thing. You can layer it, I guess. And then you could do something like this. Interesting. It's also interesting it goes across the wall like that, though. Or across the door like that. Okay. Let's do... Yeah, normal roof is fine. We'll leave it like that. not the round roof. Actually, yeah, you know what? No, because it doesn't make any sense that we're making it of that material. Alright, so that seems fine. We'll just go ahead and do that. And then, I guess, save. Oh, okay. Interesting. So you can save your own template on it. Alright, that's fine. Oh, cool. It even shows off inside a little bit there. Very nice. Okay, and then we have our room plate, and I'm going to place this here. And now we can access this. You can change what type access it is, private or public. I'm going to make this private. We're going to change the name. So yeah, you don't get to just type a name. Bedroom of Miner. Marvelous bedroom. Mad bedroom. Cold blood room. We'll do marvelous bedroom. That's fine. You can also re-roll those to get something else, but there, now you can see we're in marvelous bedroom in Limblessville. What else can we do here? Always show windows. Atrium, which, okay. So that just cuts all the walls down. So you can view things there. Limit height, change group. Okay. So I think that's good enough for that. So also, we got 2 recipes. We got a signboard workshop. We'll go ahead and read that and learn that. We also got a wall torch. That seems useful. Let's go ahead and see what it takes to make a wall torch. It's a signboard workshop, and so I guess you can create different signboards. I think if you do like a store, like a storefront, you can signboard things and label them specific things, which is kind of cool. So the wall torch requires a branch, which we have. We even have some pleasant fir branches. We have resin, and we just need a string. So we can actually do that from right in here if we had enough vine, which we don't. So let's see, we got vine all the way over here. We'll go ahead and collect vine. Ooh, we have a crab, which we are overmatched for, which means magic. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and ice bolt this crab. Crab is frozen, very cool. I'm gonna go ahead and firebolt the crab, which is now burnt and burning. That's cool. Oh, he's not taking very much damage with all this though. Ice bolt him again. Oh. Crab is frozen again. I'm gonna do it again. Oh no, we're out of magicka. This could be bad. This also takes 7. What happens if I do cast over my limit? Mana overflow hurts you. Oh man, that did hurt. You scream in deep pain. You blast a bolt of lightning. The bolt penetrates a crab. Crab is shocked. Crab is hurt. Okay. Let me use a bandage. Wrap a bandage around your wound. Come back here. And we're going to go ahead and select our rush. Rush into the crab. Did we miss? Charge for the crab, we missed, yeah. We're gonna come back here again. Rush in again, okay. We're just gonna go ahead and start trying to punch him down. Oh, what is that? Foams at the ground. Okay, she has stopped taunting. Interesting. We're at full health now with the bandage and our normal regeneration. We're going to keep going. Okay, there's not a lot going on there. She's in a lot of danger. I'm gonna push her out of the way. Damn it. Alright, well, that's dumb. If we get in trouble here, which... Yeah, he moderately wounded me, and I just saw, like, my regeneration kicked in, I think. Make a scratch. Alright. And again, yeah, like, it's not showing down here, but I can see my health going up at that little bit there, so I think we're doing alright. Alright, yeah, now we need to run away a bit. Our regeneration kicked in. Attack him again. A bit. Oh no. I don't know what just happened there. We're gonna lead him over to our friends here though. Damn, he got me. Fred. Fine though, and we'll just crawl up. So this is also a good point here, so blah blah blah. Bring you back as many times as you need. Dying doesn't come with a price. You might drop some hero on the spot. Your stats might decrease, so it's best to avoid what you can. For the first 90 days after you arrive in this land, you won't suffer any penalties from dying. So you don't drop your stuff. You have 90 days basically to do as much as you can. Which is kind of nice. Feel free to take all sorts of challenges and learn through experience. Yep. So you see we are hurt. But otherwise, they finished him off, which is ideal. No meat there, which is interesting. I am curious to know, like, okay, it just gets you wet. It's like, what do these bubbles do? Alright, so our little girl died, so we can come over to Fiamma, talk to her. The pet I gave you came back to me hurt. Do you remember I asked you to take good care of it? So you can see I'm at normal here. If I do this and she comes back, if I speak to her, you can see now I'm at -2, right? She dislikes me. So the more that I do that, the worse off our relationship gets. Alright, so we're both hurt. I am also tired. In fact, I have 0 stamina here, so we're going to go ahead and head inside and to the bed, and we're going to sleep. Alright, this time, wake up the recipe, learn how to make a wooden bow. Okay, cool. Can I do that from here? It's probably from a, is it the Tinker table? I don't know. Anyways, so I need to go ahead and grab the Frontier Inspector quest here. So this is going to introduce us to another new character, and he's going to help us along with some additional stuff, including giving us the supply container that allows us to sell things like Stardew Valley does. You basically leave items in there, and then in the morning you get paid money for whatever items you put in there. I haven't mentioned this, but it's customary to have a Frontier Inspector in Mycelian colonies. Inspector may sound strict, but no need to worry. They're more like helpers who assist with your land's development. He's also going to be a resident, which will be nice, at least for a period of time. I don't know if these guys, I would imagine these guys eventually leave, but I haven't seen that yet. Well, if you prefer to live freely without any unnecessary meddling, I can arrange things in Mycelia for you. The choice is yours. What do you say? So you can just say I want to live as I please and you know, avoid this, but I'm going to go ahead and do the help of Foundry Inspector. Thought you might say that. In fact, I've called in an excellent inspector I know for your land. He's a bit difficult in personality, but his work is solid. Allow me to introduce my friend and the finest Frontier Inspector in Mycelia, Loytel. What is this? A promising land where coins will be flying everywhere, you said. So I came. Did I mishear? This is nothing but an unprepared, godforsaken, bloody wilderness. I demand a proper explanation, Ashland. I'm a busy man. What's the meaning of this? Why have you called me to this wilderness full of grass and rocks? Ah, Loytel, perhaps your weary journey has clouded your eyes. A gold mine doesn't just lie on the ground. Indeed, this place is as dull as you say, but have you seen the face of this adventurer standing beside me? He is the reason I've called you here. The stare at each other. You're telling me this clueless-looking adventurer is the gold mine? Yes, that's right. If you insist so much, I suppose I can take on the job. I'm not particularly enthusiastic, but I owe you and Faya a great deal. But good grief, this is really just a wild land as far as the eye can see. Normally, one would prepare adequately before embarking on a new land, you know? Ahem. Well, adventurer, you got that? Let me introduce myself again. I'm Loytel, the first-class frontier inspector of Mycelia, who also serving as a court advisor and financial officer. I like fine Olvina wine and efficient development plans, and I hate incompetent pioneers. With my experience and knowledge, this land is bound to succeed, though much depends on your effort, of course. Well, do your best. Loytel may be stern, but he's sincere. He'll certainly aid in your land's development. If you're unsure about anything regarding the management of your home or life in Tyrus, he's the one to consult. Okay, yeah, we finished that. So we can go ahead and just straight talk to him. We're going to ask him some questions. Ash and Fia's job. You haven't heard anything from them? Well, perhaps it's better and blah, blah, blah. Give advice. He can tell you about the Hearthstone itself. So, the mythical stone. Basically, the growth of the Hearthstone is crucial for developing your base as it increases the admin power needed to enforce policies, unlocks building modes, and prevents enemies from destroying items at your base. Maybe we do want this to grow. But that's the thing. Then it goes, to grow the stone, you need to accumulate its experience points to the maximum. Experience points increase over time, even if you do nothing. But they can also be increased by shipping items or through specific actions of residents. By regularly shipping unwanted items and hiring many residents, the experience points will naturally accumulate. Once the experience points reach their maximum, the stone will automatically level up. One thing to note is that as this Hearthstone grows, the strength of the enemies that appear at your base will also increase. If you are struggling with the current enemies attacking your base, which you could see I was with the crab there, although that's a little unusual, it might be wise to enact a growth suppression policy to slow down the stone's growth. Alright, home ranking doesn't matter. He goes through how you can open a business or a tourist spot, running a shop, all that good stuff. He also has some home equipment here. He's got a couple books. We've already learned this one, as you can see. It's basically just law for collecting tax and residence. That allows you to collect resident tax. We also have the open for business one, which allows you to obviously open a business and let people come and buy things. Up here, he's got a limited stock of 10 different block recipes. They'll give you randomized blocks, whether it's like soil block or a stone block or whatever. A resident list, which I believe is the same as the resident board that Fiora gave us. We have a faction board. I don't know what that is yet. I have no use for it at the moment, so I haven't bought it. A build board. I don't know what that is either. I assume that is to set up allowing... You know what? Let's go ahead and buy that one. Let's see what that one does. We'll find out together. The wall workshop and the flooring workshop are also really great, and I'm going to buy these. They do take a little bit to get into, but they'll allow me to... words and stuff, to basically build better walls and floors, a better settlement. There's a few different quest board styles. You can also purchase additional quest boards for whatever reason. Limited stock of a sturdy box. That's actually pretty good. Although I don't know if I'll have the materials to do that. Platform workshop allows you to build multiple stories to your housing. Block workshop to build the blocks that you get the recipes for. Whistle of Peace. I also have no idea what that does. It takes 5 gold bars, though we don't have that. Then the delivery box is an interesting thing. So anything you put in the delivery box, if you go to somewhere else that has a delivery box, those items will show up there. So you can kind of buy big heavy things that you would normally be able to travel with, put them in the delivery box, and then go to wherever you want it to end up at, and pull them out of the delivery box that you have there, as far as I'm aware. So that'll be it for now, and let's go ahead and grab those. Alright, so now we're gonna grab this, and I'm gonna come over here. We're going to place that there. So let's see what this does. Ooh. Flatten, raise, lower. Interesting. Is this... I don't... Okay, hold on. Let me just do this on one tile and see what happens here if we go to raise. Fascinating. We'll go ahead and do... That's fine. We'll go ahead and do that. Oh, that's actually bringing it up to it. Okay, well that's interesting. So I can actually shape the land with this, which is cool. I believe this seems like it might have additional things eventually. Right now we just have terrain. Cool. Okay, so I was wrong. Lytel does not appear to be a resident. But I decided, after hearing what he said, I'm gonna let this grow 1. We now have 7 admin points, by the way. Which I think is because we have more stuff going on. You can see our worth has gone up as well. Thankfully, our taxes have not. Our fertility's gone up a little bit. Alright, so now we can enact the resident tax. We'll go ahead and use that for sure. Tax-free land and growth suppression, we're gaining some skill level there too. Okay. So we have a new thing here for shipping box is what we definitely want to do here. So time to make money, yes. Why so glum? There's no need to shrink away. I may feel somewhat tricked by Ashland's persuasive words, but working leisurely surrounded by nature isn't too bad. When you're an inspector of my caliber, works from renowned nobilities and Mycelia come flooding in non-stop. Perhaps my weary soul needed this brief respite in a tranquil meadow. Rest assured, I am almost grateful to Ashland right now. I'll handle my task diligently, and the future of this land is practically guaranteed with me in charge. Now, you must have your plans. Yes, I'm gonna basically make an inn. I think that sounds good. We'll work on our cooking. We'll work on our crafting to make nice beds or buy nice beds. Either way, and we'll make a nice little inn. We'll have a little crafting shop, and then an inn. The toilet paper up there. It's interesting the things they have off the map where it's like, oh, you can't really do anything there. All right, so. Abundant funds are essential for the development of a new land. Hot baths, plush beds, and the scent of sweet wine are not what you need right now. First, we enrich this land from its roots. Quickest way to earn money is to ship items from the shipping box. Once you can cultivate fields and harvest crops, it'll be a steady income. So again, very similar to Stardew Valley, right? Huh? What's with that look? As if you've never heard of a shipping box before? What a revelation. There's no shipping box on this land yet. Is this some sort of primitive era? Here, I'll give you the materials to make one. Craft a shipping box from the workbench and set it on the ground. And remember to use the Palulu wood I gave you. The shipping box must have the chic and elegant color of Palulu wood. I won't tolerate anything else. It offends my aesthetic sense. In case you don't know, you can click on an ingredient icon on the crafting screen to change an ingredient. Indeed. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and, there it is. Pick up, we have Palulu logs. So these have the beautiful attribute, which of course increase price, but I would assume make things a little nicer to look at as well. We also have 2 oak sticks to do this. So we can come over here, go to craft, and we can see we now have, aside from our wall workshop and flooring workshop, these are the hardest things to get here is the tightrope, because tightrope requires big leaves, which big leaves come from Polulu trees. And I believe these only grow like on the coast. So we'll have to go travel out to see that. So before we end this video, we'll go ahead and show you the main map as well. Alright, so shipping chest, what we're going to make. We're already on the Polulu logs, but as I mentioned, you can either do this or you can actually scroll with your mouse wheel over it and it'll change as well. So we're going to end up with a beautiful shipping chest. Cost us 6 stamina, it's fine, we're at full stamina right now. And ta-da. Alright, so now let's we'll go ahead and place this on the side of the house here. And we'll place it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop off a couple things right away. Didn't realize I picked up this trash. I'm gonna dump it in there, but there's gonna be a place for these things later. As I mentioned, you can build like different receptacles for them and stuff. So we still have 4 Polulu logs left too, so we can use those for something else, which would be nice. Alright, so now we can go ahead and talk to him and finish this quest. Nicely colored, calming shipping box. Finally, a ray of civilization shines upon this untamed land. Items in the shipping box are automatically collected every morning and evening. The earnings will be sent directly to you. Ship a good amount of items and you'll even get some gold bars. I have a headache, so I'll rest for today, but try throwing some items into the shipping box. Speaking of him resting, he will end up sleeping on this, so what I want to do, go to bed options. I'm going to claim this bed. So now it is my bed and no one else will sleep in it. That way I don't have to interrupt someone else sleeping if they're sleeping in my bed. Okay, so we have that going as I mentioned. Let's go ahead and show you the... Alright, let me go through my back door, I guess. Let's go ahead and show you the main map. So this is the global map here. And you can see down the mini-map the actual size of it in the area. There's a very large snowy area. I wonder if this is always snowy or if they do have seasons and how that works out. Could be quite interesting, but very, very large, which you'll see here in a second. So, hey, wait a minute, don't run. Puff, puff, cough. You are now in the global map. In the global map, you can travel great distances, but time also passes very quickly, as I mentioned. You will starve to death if you don't have enough food, and conditions such as poison progress rapidly, so be careful when you move. When you have nothing to eat, try clicking on yourself. You'll be able to enter an outdoor map corresponding with the terrain you're on. If you're in a forest or plains, there should be plenty of wild food available. Oh, and when you're traveling on the global map, you might get attacked by monsters. So see that road to your right? Attacks are less frequent on the road, and the farther you stray from the road, the more likely you are to encounter tough enemies. So for beginners, sticking to the road is a good idea. Well then. So here's our town, Limblessville. They do semi-randomly place certain things. So Puppy's Cave is something we're going to have a quest for in a second, as well as Namel. I have seen... This is Silent Ruin. This is actually a different one. There was a ruin up here at one point that I had gone to. I guess it's been replaced by this one. That's pretty far out there. So these look like little cactuses. This might actually be an area you can get a Polulu tree, but I know for sure you can get them like over here on the beach. And then we have the Tinker's Camp, which is a town that lets you do things as well. So what I'm going to do is... she is not hungry. I'm not hungry, so we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and... So you can just click on somewhere and they'll walk all the way over, but like if I click one over, you can see time has passed very quickly, and I was immediately ambushed. I did not click on the tile to go into that. But if I had not been ambushed, I could have clicked on that tile and then I would have entered the map that I'm in now. And there's a fog of war, so this is just kind of my view distance here, especially given my torch and whatnot. So typically, despite, you know, being like a sheep and a rabbit, these would normally be like neutral creatures, but typically when you're ambushed and you get brought into the map, just about everything on the map is going to be hostile towards you. This rabbit is actually neutral, which is nice, but the sheep is not. So we're gonna go ahead, it says it's formidable, but that should be plenty easy for the little girl and I, Van and I, to take care of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and move forward, and then we're gonna go ahead and start attacking this. Okay, so she's now taunting him to tank for us, and boom, he's dead. Fortunately, we didn't get any meat from him, and I'm actually going to, so to attack an neutral NPC, or even friendly, I have to do the middle click on it, and then we're gonna attack. Oh. Alright, well, let's get rid of that. Still no meat dropped from anything. Wow. So we are earning some experience, but honestly, you earn a lot of experience just by traveling, which is kind of nice too. So let's travel down here. There's a put it. We can go ahead and rush that, but I don't want to use my abilities on that just yet. There's also a puppy, so we can come here. Interestingly, so with all animals as well, you can talk to them, even if they're animals. Let's make this world a little better place, shall we? Oh, 8-year-old puppy. Interesting. So we can also, with certain animals, you can cuddle them as well, which is nice. Oh, need to be scared. Very cute. Okay. We'll come down here. This is the edge of the map. I like to kind of uncover all of the map because I believe once you've kind of uncovered the map, you actually get to continue, or you can come back here and the map would be uncovered for you at that point. No more fog of war. What is on the map may change, of course. We're just kind of taking it slow because we are a limbless mutant, and oh, there's our puppy again. And we just want to make sure that we're not getting ourselves into too much trouble, like a bat. Bats are kind of difficult. I know it just says formidable, but bats are kind of hard to hit, so we're gonna zap that bitch. And okay, that works. And then we're just gonna go ahead and punch him. There we go. Another put it. Got him. We are doing surprisingly well for no weapons and no armor so far. Not only no armor, but no arm. Oh, here's a gnome. Alright, we should be fine. Our regeneration's gonna help us out a lot as well. Oh, he teleported away. Now, he's probably still on the map, but he teleported to a different location on the map. It's a regular sheep. You can cuddle the sheep too. And you can talk to the sheep. Money and currency are critical to our society. As the sheep. Alright. I do want to attack this though, because I'm trying to get some meat. So far nothing has dropped anything. That's crazy. And of course you can, once you have a pickaxe, start mining through some of that stuff as well. Alright, so I'm gonna try to look around for that gnome real quick. Yeah, there's a rat, okay. Hey, we got a skin. That's better than nothing. So, skins can actually be turned into hide at with a, I think it's the butcher's block or something. Ooh, hermit crab. This says fair, but these guys are really tanky. Like, it takes a while to get them down. think he's healed as well, which is interesting. Are we doing anything to this? Man. Alright. Have some fire. It was just gonna take too long. Maybe that gnome actually did teleport off the map. That sucks. Almost had him dead. Oh, alright, so we'll go ahead and leave. And now, like if I hover over this tile, like you hover over any tiles you haven't been to other than locations like Puppy's Cave, for example. You don't get a name, but here this is Boring Fields, which you could definitely see it was. Danger level 1, which is good too. Danger level 2 is a little more difficult, obviously, but especially for someone unprepared. So that's our start so far. I'm gonna go and make my way up to the Tinker's Camp next time and show you guys kind of what's up there, what's going on with that. There are other interesting places you can go to. There's a town here, Olvina. We'll probably check that out. I haven't been to any of the towns before. There's an orphanage. Okay. Then there's these places that are closed. Minotaur's Nest. They have a little closed sign there. I like it at night because you can see what's lit up and you can kind of see what actually might be worth visiting. Different towns and whatnot. Alright, so you want to see what else I'm going to do and see some more of this game? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be playing this quite a bit because it is my current addiction. And we'll see how far our nub, our torso nub can get us going with this guy. I should have named him. I wasn't paying attention when I created him and I didn't name him, but I should have named him because we could have come up with something funny. Although I didn't know what to expect. It doesn't really show you exactly what you're going to end up spawning with or without. So there is that. But I'm curious to see when we grow a new limb what's going to happen there too. So stay tuned to find out. Alright, until then, have a good one.